Hi. What I've done is I turned on the all offset, and then I went to that display options and turned everything off except roof baseline, roof baselines, roof planes, and walls normal, which I've been locked. Because there's so many layers that you added to the plan, and I'm not chastising you. I'm just saying it was made it very difficult to figure out what was going on because there was so much clutter. So this is what I have: walls normal locked, and then roof planes and roof baselines. And I'm going to zoom in on this roof baseline. Let me turn off the background. It's probably there. That's better. You see this little dashed line here with a perpendicular? That's the baseline. This is the pitch indicator, and this is the baseline. That thing should be right here, not where it currently is. And I'm going to check it on all four roof planes, and you'll see, I think, where the trouble comes from. See, this baseline's over here, way out here. The baseline should be where the roof plane bears weight-wise, so it should be over here, but it's over here. And this one's way out here. And this one, on this side, you can see it's kind of right there in kind of an indefinite location. So what that does is it causes mismatches on the corners. When you're doing roof planes like this, see, I'll join those together, and you can, well, that corner is working pretty good, but if you zoom in, you can see that it doesn't match. And that's because all these roof planes are not located properly. This one's the closest to being proper in terms of location. So I'm going to use the figures in this one. We'll open the dialog. Okay, and it says baseline height is 320 and 3/16. So I'm going to write that down, 320 and 3/16. And the pitch is 1. Okay, I think all of these are 1. I haven't checked them. Yeah, 1. 1. Okay, they're all the same pitch. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this one, open it up, and lock the pitch so the pitch doesn't change, and we'll change the baseline to 320 and 3/16. It's not far off, but it doesn't have to be. Change it to 3/16 and 320. See, if you don't lock the pitch and make these changes, it'll change the pitch. Make the changes while the pitch is locked. Okay, now I got the baseline correct, baseline height. Now I'm going to take this roof plane and click on it, and I'm going to use point-to-point move to move its baseline over here where it's supposed to be, right on the outside edge, where the roof plane's load gets transferred to the building. Now I'm going to jerk this out here like that and put the upper edge okay. Now I'm not going to join this yet because I have to relocate this first roof plane. I said it was close. In order for the geometry to work, it can't just be close. It's got to be perfect. So I'm going to click on the roof plane and use point-to-point move to move the baseline from where it is, left click to where it should be, out there. Now I can join these two. Uh-oh. Oh, I know what I did wrong. It's gonna have to be out here. I think so. I may have to adjust all of this, but see, when everything's properly located and all the figures are right, you get a nice clean corner. That was the first thing I noticed when I started looking at this. Now this one here, I'm gonna move its baseline. Before I join it, I'll make sure that the figures are correct. Okay, now it's located properly in plan view. Let's see what, open the dialog box and see what it says. Okay, I'm going to lock the pitch, and it's supposed to be 320 and 3/16. Again, it's close, but no cigar. 320 and 3/16. Pitch locked. Okay. Now I'm going to join those corners. And the reason I don't get a match here is because I didn't set this roof's overhang, but I can set it to this corner because I carefully set it to the other two. Okay. Now this roof plane here, I'm going to assume, well, that's a bit of a problem. You've got it out here, but to match these other three roof planes, it should be here, not where you have it. So I'm going to go with here, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay. I can't use that automatic dimension. I'm just going to stick with point-to-point move. That's where that baseline should be, I think. Oops, I missed it a little bit. And this is important, although I got it close, it's not acceptable. It's got to be perfect, or near perfect, like that. Okay. Well, of course, we'll drag the eave out. And I need to drag the ridge outside this wall here. Okay. And we'll lock the pitch, and it's close, 320 and 3/16. But now they all four match. They're all properly located to the walls on which they bear engineering-wise. I should get nice clean corners this time. This edge here, I'm going to just snap it to that corner. Same thing on this end. I didn't do that right. How about we click on this one? Corner's not perfect, but it's pretty close. A lot closer than yours were. Okay, now let's see what this looks like. I'm going to save. See what this looks like in an overview camera. Yeah, I think Scott was absolutely correct about the slowness of this model. It's because you've got that AutoCAD import into it. And let's look up under here under CAD detail management. You got these in here. See how extensive those are. I don't see anything. Okay. Sometimes if you load a plan up with a lot of CAD details, and that slows it down. I think Scott's got it right in that those balusters that you chose add a lot of 3D faces to the model, and that's going to slow things down. Let's see if this thing that looks horrible or it looks okay. plan is a handful. My computer's getting kind of long in the tooth too, so I'm gonna have to upgrade it some. But you might consider, like Scott said, just simplifying the balusters. Well, it looks okay on these sides. I I got a little bit of a height adjustment problem, which I figured there might be some adjusting that might need to be done. This is kind of distressing here. It looks like I miscalculated. I couldn't see that railing wall. That's probably where that is supposed to bear, on the railing wall. Let me fix that. Sorry about that. All we know from that is I'm not perfect, and I already knew that. Let's see, in the reference display, let me see if I can get those. Is that the, let me go back to the other set that you had on. It's like you zapped the default set. Oh, there it is. Okay. Is that the railing? Yeah, okay. So this, that's your, okay. I'm going to go back to all off. All off is just easier for me to work in because this plan's so complicated. And I've already got just the layers on that I want. I am going to additionally, okay, I can see that now. So I assumed that, where's that baseline? I don't see it. There it is. Turn the reference back on. Now that it looks like you've got very stingy overhang there, so I'm going to set this roof plane by that. Just move it inboard. I guess I should measure it. Measure the overhang. I can kind of see it here. Seven and 7/8. Okay. So that's what I want to apply here. I'm going to use this one here because I think that's just a I want to move this whole thing. Oh, it's not picking up. Oh, there's a dimension. Okay. I want to move the entire thing 7 and 7/8. Well, that's my bad. Of course, that's what the overview camera is for, to check that my guesses were correct or incorrect. See this, now that these roof planes are all the same pitch and baseline height and so forth, then I get nice clean geometry on the corners. Okay. Then we'll go back to the overview. I think that's got it. If I the point I wanted to make is that when you're doing manual roofing, all your ducts need to be in a row and checked and double checked, and if they're correctly done, then you'll get good geometry, and if your geometry's off, then that's what's wrong. I've still got a hole in there. I'd say that this roof plane is improperly placed. But I'll leave that up to you. I was trying to close this gap here, but this just means that this roof plane should be over here and that the ridge should be a little bit higher. But I think that's enough doodling with your plan. I wanted to communicate what I observed and so forth. And I've done that. These little columns sticking through the roof, they may need to be adjusted. Maybe the roofs need to be raised or lowered. But you would know better about that than I would. But overall, this is a beautiful plan. Good job. And just when you're doing roof geometry, just be a little more precise with your laying things out, and everything should be fine. Thank you.